Hello, everyone. My name is Yesha Sapaji, and right now I am one of the student youth directors for Peer Youth. So I joined Peer in 2016, and basically in 2016 I just made some flyers, did some small little things for Peer. But in 2017 I was one of the first members of the Peer Youth Ohio chapter. So I've been an ambassador in the Peer Youth Ohio chapter for 3 years now, and then this year I became the student youth director for Peer Youth. At the end of 2019, I became a virtual class tutor. So I got to teach virtual classes to a couple rural village schools in India, and that experience was really eye-opening for me to see how much students in India, no matter how much like they don't have compared to us, they still value education as much or even more than us. Peer Youth, for me, Peer Youth is not just about helping underprivileged children in India. Of course, that's the main goal. That's what we're raising funds for. That's what we're raising awareness for. But Peer Youth for ambassadors and directors is also about personal growth. Through Peer Youth, I've definitely improved with my public speaking skills, teamwork, and various things like that, just how to be a better leader. So Peer Youth is definitely about like the overall goal is definitely to raise funds for everybody, the underprivileged children, but it's also very important for you to focus on yourself too, in Peer Youth and like in events, in order to better yourself for the future. Peer Youth is the youth branch of Peer. What Peer Youth is what it aims to be is a completely student-driven organization that works to help Pure achieve its goals, which are to remove any obstacles between a child and their education. What it does to differentiate itself from other organizations, similar organizations, are Pure is completely transparent. So any financial information or any logistical information is open for everyone to look at. A lot of organizations aren't completely transparent. Sometimes they take money for themselves as a salary. Sometimes they redistribute money for other purposes. But any information or any financial information that Peer has is completely open for all members to see, so that and for all sponsors to see. So when sponsors donate money, they know exactly where that money is going. And for all the people that are working to raise funds, they also know exactly where that money is going. Right now, there are 28 chapters that are currently part of Peer Youth, but we are always growing. So right now, I think, for example, a chapter in Tennessee is being developed. So that will increase our number to 29. And there's around 400 youth volunteers for Peer Youth. So Peer Youth, some global and local initiatives it takes. So for the pandemic right now, right? So Peer Youth has been creating masks. So that's one thing I know the Ohio chapter has been doing, at least because I'm pretty closely involved with the Ohio chapter. But this is definitely something that's being done across Peer Youth. So making masks is one thing. Another project that that's pretty common in Peer Youth is Dinner to Door. So what Dinner to Door is basically we advertise that we will be selling meals to our local neighborhoods. And then we will make that food or get it from a restaurant that maybe gives us a discount or sponsors us. And then we go door to door to distribute those meals. And then so we sell those meals, and those funds are sent to Peer Youth for specific schools or general initiatives like Abhyasa, FEM, Horizons, etc. As I said earlier, Peer Youth is definitely about personal growth. So what I mean by that is through Peer Youth, ambassadors can definitely gain public speaking skills, leadership skills, and work on like team building and just being able to work as a team with a lot of other people. So for new ambassadors, I definitely think just don't stress too much about Peer Youth. After all, this is a nonprofit organization. You're not expected to give all of your time for Peer Youth. You're not expected to dedicate like all your time to Peer Youth. So this is a nonprofit organization. You can take it at your own pace. You can get involved in what you want to. You can refrain from getting involved in um, events at your discretion. So one big thing that Peer Youth is about is communication. So you're free to communicate with whoever you want in Peer Youth. You're free to communicate with me. You're free to communicate with the other student youth director, Shriya Allah. You're free to communicate with your regional coordinator, your directors, your mentors, anybody. So anytime you want to get more involved with Peer Youth, you just have to reach out and ask anybody, and then they can direct you to someone else that will help you get closer to what you want to do. So if you want to get involved with other branches of Peer, I would recommend talking to people that are closer to the organization level rather than your local chapter, so that you can quickly get to what you want to do, like whatever chapter you want to go to, like the channel or FEM or whatever else. Like try to become more outspoken. Tell people about your ideas, share ideas in your weekly calls. So when you guys have your weekly calls and someone is asking for someone to step up and take on a role or share an idea for a fundraising event, speak up in those opportunities. Take advantage of your opportunities so that when you apply to become a director, the people that are reviewing your applications remember you. So when they remember you, they'll remember the time that you took those opportunities to be a leader and take on more responsibilities. And that way you can just make a positive impact on the people that will eventually be reviewing your application, so that you have a better chance of getting that opportunity in the future. Peer Youth is definitely still going to be growing as far as I can see. So right now, I talked about how the Tennessee chapter is becoming developed, but outside the Tennessee chapter, there are definitely going to be more chapters that are going to be developed. I think as Peer Youth grows larger, the faster that we're going to start growing, because the bigger we are, the more people that hear about us and the more people that will be interested in starting their own chapter or joining one of their local chapters. So I think Peer Youth is definitely going to keep growing faster and faster as time goes on. And some goals I have for Peer Youth are I'll start with my personal goals. So one of my goals as a student youth director is to talk in a conference, whether that's give a TED talk at one of like a local like Tana conference, or like some bigger platform that I can spread the word about Peer. So that's one of my personal goals. For Peer Youth in general, I guess it's just to keep growing, keep raising funds, and definitely improve with communication. I talked about how that's a really important thing, but I think that's definitely something that Peer Youth in general has to improve on. So as communication grows, we can get things done a lot faster and more efficiently. And that just leads to better results for our cause, which is to provide education for underprivileged children.